and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there.
As the courtroom drama unfolds, it's clear that things are about to get messy, especially with a lineup of celebrities poised to testify. The situation surrounding Diddy continues to deteriorate, and fresh details are surfacing that suggest Usher's mother has long been aware of the troubling dynamics between her son and Diddy. She has likely been biding her time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to seek justice now that Diddy's influence seems diminished. With this shift in power, she might finally feel ready to come forward and share her perspective on the troubling events that transpired during Usher's formative years. When Usher first signed with LaFace Records as a teenager, he was drawn to Diddy as a mentor.
Lil' Kim, Craig Mack,
all these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man, Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, they know about.
And moved all the way to New York to live with him. This relationship initially appeared to be a pivotal moment in his career, but it soon devolved into a complicated situation fraught with issues that would shape Usher's life in profound ways. According to Usher's mother, when her son hit puberty, he experienced a significant change in his voice, which led to a decline in interest from music industry professionals. Diddy, who was a prominent figure in the industry at the time, took Usher under his wing, but not necessarily in a way that one would expect from a responsible mentor. Usher's mother entrusted Diddy with her son's care, believing he would guide Usher in a positive direction. However, as Usher later recounted, the experiences he endured while living with Diddy altered him fundamentally. In a candid moment during an interview with Howard Stern, Usher alluded to a series of unsettling incidents that occurred during his time under Diddy's roof, events that he felt his parents were oblivious to. When asked whether he would permit his own son to attend Diddy's flavor camp, Usher's response was a definitive, never reflecting the deep-seated concerns he had.
Because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executive
about the environment Diddy creates. The gravity of these testimonies cannot be overstated. As Usher's mother considers taking the stand, her insights could illuminate a darker side of the entertainment industry and reveal the power imbalances that often go unchecked. With the court's attention now firmly focused on Diddy, there is an opportunity for those affected by his actions to finally speak their truths. The public is waiting to see whether these revelations will pave the way for accountability and whether Usher's harrowing past will finally receive the recognition it deserves. The stakes are high, and the unfolding drama promises to shine a harsh light on the often murky relationships between young artists and the powerful figures who influence their careers. Usher has subtly hinted at the troubling experiences he faced during his time with Diddy, and these allusions have not gone unnoticed. One particularly revealing moment occurred when Diddy casually mentioned that he and Usher would wake up next to each other every morning. The look on Usher's face was one of palpable discomfort, as if he were caught off guard by Diddy's candidness. Diddy jokingly saying, "That's my brother right here from day one," followed up with his statement, which was met with an awkward silence and a tense atmosphere. When asked about Diddy's infamous parties, Usher became visibly tense, responding cryptically with, "I want to save some edge for my book. Let's just say there was a lot of, you know." This remark, laced with innuendo, indicates that Usher has been trying to communicate his discomfort and the complexities of his past for years, albeit in a somewhat indirect manner. Such comments add a layer of complexity to their
executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Relationship, one that some speculate may have been inappropriate or even damaging. New reports have surfaced suggesting that there was indeed a serious incident between Diddy and Usher that led to Usher being hospitalized. This situation allegedly escalated to the point where Usher's mother confronted Diddy directly. According to a source, Diddy couldn't resist pushing boundaries with Usher, which resulted in the young artist being hospitalized. Gene Deal, during an interview, touched on the sensitive subject, revealing that rumors had circulated within the industry about a music executive in Harlem who was implicated in troubling behavior toward Usher. He recounted hearing whispers about how Diddy had sent this little kid to the hospital, and that it was widely discussed, even if many remained hesitant to name names. As these revelations emerged, Usher's mother faced criticism for her past decisions, with some suggesting that she prioritized her son's fame over his safety. Critics argue that her decision to allow Usher to live with Diddy reflects a troubling willingness to overlook potential dangers in pursuit of success. However, Usher's mother has consistently maintained that she was unaware of the extent of the issues her son faced. In an interview, she expressed her conviction that she made the right call in supporting Usher's dream, stating, "I was assertive. I did my homework." She emphasized the challenges of navigating the music industry as a single parent and insisted that her decisions were rooted in love and a desire to foster her son's career. Yet, looking back, many question whether she truly understood the environment into which she was placing her son. The impact of Usher attending Diddy's flavor camp was profound, and not in a positive way. It appears that the experience altered him significantly, shaping him into a version of himself that echoed the very fears he once had. This transformation can be seen in Usher's relationship with Justin Bieber, where some speculate that Usher may be repeating patterns from his past. The situation becomes even more complicated with Usher's name appearing in the lawsuit filed by Lil Rod against Diddy. Lil Rod, like many others, has sought legal recourse against the music mogul, and Usher's association with Diddy now casts a shadow over his own reputation. This ongoing saga raises important questions about the power dynamics within the music industry and the toll they take on young artists. As the courtroom drama continues, the public is left to wonder how deep the repercussions of these revelations will reach, not only for Usher but for everyone involved in this tangled web of celebrity and power. The document mentioned another rapper who had been romantically linked to Nicki Minaj, further solidifying the implications surrounding Usher. This raised eyebrows and sparked outrage among fans and observers alike, particularly in light of the serious nature of the claims. When reflecting on the roster of artists who have cultivated close relationships with Diddy, Usher's name is almost synonymous with the music mogul's legacy. He stands out not just for his incredible talent but also for the numerous high-profile events he has graced, including the Super Bowl, as well as his lucrative residencies in Las Vegas. However, the spotlight that once shone brightly on his career is now clouded by troubling allegations against Diddy that are increasingly difficult to dismiss. The situation has escalated from mere speculation to a cacophony of serious accusations that demand attention and scrutiny. Rumors suggest that Diddy has openly boasted about the men who have bent the knee for him, with both Meek Mill and Usher being prominently mentioned. This claim alone is enough to stir intrigue and raise questions about the nature of their relationships with Diddy. The implication is that there may be a deeper, perhaps darker, undercurrent to their collaborations. As the layers of this narrative unfold, fans and critics alike are left to wonder what these revelations mean for the artists involved and how they will navigate the increasingly public scrutiny of their past affiliations. Despite Usher's efforts to deny any wrongdoing, his defenses appear increasingly fragile in the face of mounting evidence and accusations. The serious nature of the allegations being leveled against him, particularly those involving sexually transmitted infections, paints a troubling picture. Multiple individuals, including 2 women and a man, have come forward with allegations that Usher transmitted STIs to them without disclosing his status. The allegations are particularly grave given the potential ramifications not just for Usher's personal life, but also for his professional reputation. Quantasia Sharpton, one of the women bringing accusations against Usher, claims that they had sexual encounters during which she was not. The fallout from the ongoing allegations surrounding Diddy and Usher continues to draw significant attention, especially as new information comes to light. Recently, a redacted section of a lawsuit caught the internet's eye, and while it didn't explicitly name Usher, the context made it abundantly clear who was being referenced. Usher claims that they had sexual encounters during which she was not informed that he carried herpes. The emotional and physical toll of such encounters is compounded by Jane Doe's harrowing account. She alleges that after her interactions with Usher, she experienced stillbirths as a direct consequence of contracting the virus. Such claims highlight not only the seriousness of the allegations but also the devastating impact they can have on individuals' lives. The man known as John Doe has also stepped into the fray, recounting his own experience. He alleges that he contracted the virus following a liaison with Usher at a popular venue in Koreatown, Los Angeles. The stories shared by these individuals underscore the broader issues of consent, responsibility, and the potential consequences of reckless behavior. They raise important questions about the ethical obligations that public figures have, especially when it comes to disclosing personal health information to potential partners. What complicates this already tumultuous situation further is the mysterious disappearance of the lawsuits tied to these allegations. Many observers are speculating that Usher may have opted to settle these cases for significant sums rumored to be as high as $1 million to avoid the public scrutiny of a trial. The financial maneuvers suggest an effort to silence the allegations rather than confront them directly, adding a layer of intrigue to the narrative. The secrecy surrounding these settlements raises suspicions and leads many to speculate about the extent of Usher's knowledge of the consequences of his actions and his attempts to evade accountability. In the broader context of the entertainment industry, these developments reflect a troubling trend. The power dynamics that often govern the relationships between artists and those they engage with can lead to situations where accountability is overshadowed by fame and influence. Usher's story serves as a cautionary tale about the complexities of celebrity culture, where personal actions can have far-reaching implications that extend beyond the individual and impact many others. As more details continue to emerge, the public remains captivated by the unfolding drama and the potential fallout for all parties involved. Skepticism about Usher's role as a mentor to Justin Bieber. The sentiment resonates with others who believe that Usher needs to be held accountable too, especially if he knows more than he's letting on about his time with Diddy. As the narrative continues to unfold, the pressing question remains: can Usher be trusted? Given the tangled web of past experiences, personal decisions, and the powerful figure of Diddy hovering in the background, many are calling for Usher to come clean about his own experiences and knowledge. The public is eager for answers, and as the conversation escalates, fans and critics alike are left to ponder the gravity of these revelations. What remains to be seen is how Usher will respond, if at all, to the growing chorus demanding transparency and accountability. As this drama plays out in the public eye, the audience is left wondering about the implications of silence and complicity in such a high-stakes environment. Will Usher speak up and confront his past, or will he remain in the shadows, allowing the narrative to be dictated by others? The discussion is far from over, and the comment section is filled with opinions and heated debates, urging all parties involved to confront the truth and take responsibility for their actions. The unfolding saga not only holds significance for the individuals involved but also sheds light on the darker corners of the music industry, where power dynamics can often lead to exploitation and silence.